Gango, how's everybody doing, man? Welcome back to Man Blue FC. We're back with another reaction. I'm Nandi, by the way, and listen, people, football is cruel. Football is unforgiving. The world of football has been turned on its head, and it's thanks to none other than Tottenham Hotspur. So let me explain. Yesterday, while I was recording my reaction, literally the second I stopped recording, the second I pressed the button, I went on my YouTube feed, and what did I see, people? Arsenal hijacked the EZE deal. People, Tottenham Hotspur are cursed. Like, obviously. Like, there's no other explanation, because how do you bottle that situation? I literally spent the last week explaining to everybody how it was inevitable that EZE was going to join Spurs instead of Arsenal. And somehow you just kind of let it slip out of your hands the way you do. Like, only Tottenham Hotspur can go from bottling finals to bottling transfers. But anyway, guys, you know what I mean? More the better for us. I hope they're demoralized, because guess what? They're going to the Etihad on Saturday. And we're about to handle business, okay? So anyway, without further ado, man, let's jump into this reaction video. Today, I want to just take a step forward and kind of like skip a few steps. Start reacting to the recent transfer daily, which I'm sure you guys will appreciate. It's more so based around EZE, the EZE situation. So let's find out what Robbie has for us today, people, and let's kind of get into it right now.
People, yesterday was a quite extraordinary day. It really was. The day began with Arsenal having their open training session, which was really nice. I like when they do that, you know what I mean, giving the fans a chance to come and see the players train. And one thing that was spotted straight away, my daughter was there, she called me, she said, "Dad, there's no Havertz here. Havertz is not training." Later on, it emerged that Kai Havertz was out with a knee injury that he suffered during the game against Manchester United. At this stage, we don't know how long he's going to be out. They've still got to assess it. But there's been rumours that he could be out for months. There's been rumours that it might be a short while. Nobody knows at the moment. But then you started to think to yourself, well, Arsenal doing this new deal with Trossard made perfect sense, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we're going to be lacking a forward player. But now that really makes us a little bit light up front. Yeah, Trossard's staying and everything, but we're going to be light up front. Then the big bombshell.
Here we go.
Yesterday evening, that Arsenal had made a decisive move for Eberechi Eze. The news broke and it was massive. First with it, and credit to him, David Ornstein of The Athletic. Let me read what he said last night. He says, exclusive, Arsenal make move for Eberechi Eze. And he says, and the 27-year-old wants them. That was the big one. Tottenham lined up a deal with Crystal Palace today.
EZE is, of course, a lifelong Arsenal fan.
After the Havertz injury, Arsenal are now closing in
Actually,
on
it was
England
a part of the Arsenal Academy.
If he proceeds with choice,
because of
Spurs will pursue other targets.
Not attitude problems, but like, I guess
then later on, Fabrizio Romano followed it up, saying, following talks tonight, Arsenal are convinced that Eberechi Eze prefers to join them
after he scored against us in the
£60 million
FA Cup
package
final
offered to Palace with
Wembley.
easier add-ons and faster payment terms to try and beat Spurs. Negotiations underway, so it was playing out big time, you know. And then this got really interesting when Fabrizio Romano then tweeted out, breaking.
They always need the Fabrizio cosign, man.
Arsenal.
Ornstein is never enough by himself.
Go. The big words. Verbal agreement in place between all parties. Crystal Palace to receive a package in excess of 60 million and Eze preferred Arsenal over Spurs.
Unbelievable.
Arsenal win the race over Tottenham and have been in advanced talks for days, but never sealed. Wow, it was huge news. It was massive news. And Eberechi Eze is joining Arsenal Football Club. A lot of the talk is that he'll be having his medical on Friday. He could still play for Crystal Palace tonight. They've got a Conference League qualifier, and he looks set to play. It's a bit strange that they're still going to let him play in that, but he looks set to play in that game. And then after that, he will become an Arsenal player, Eberechi Eze. And I'll tell you, that news yesterday was amongst the... I mean, I just cannot, since
It's
I've
so
been doing
bizarre,
Transfer
man.
Daily,
No words to describe it.
a hijack that even comes close to this.
Hijack
right?
would be the
Since
perfect
I've been
word to
doing
describe
Transfer
it,
Daily,
right?
of course, we all know the legendary Sol Campbell one. And, it put me in mind of that. Like, I got vibes of that yesterday because I still remember when we got Sol Campbell and the shock of it and the disbelief when I saw Sol Campbell.
You know, a lot's been said about Sol Campbell
Wenger,
from a Tottenham perspective. I haven't heard nearly enough said about him from an
like
Arsenal
a Sol Campbell
perspective.
2.0. All right,
he isn't considered
a
legend at that club,
Spurs.
but
it's not like we're
nobody's
taking a captain or
necessarily
nothing. But Spurs thought that they
downplaying
had
his
this deal
contribution.
wrapped up.
I know he's an invincible,
and
right?
I thought they had it wrapped up. Everybody thought that Spurs had this deal wrapped up.
Yeah, me included.
Apart from one person, who's thought differently, and that is Andrea Berta. We've got to give this guy some serious credit. The way he has been operating this transfer window, it's been stealth and it's been brilliant. We have got ourselves a serious
Where's the money coming from?
When it comes to transfer dealings. This guy...
Where's the money coming from, Robbie?
At MI6. He could get a job at the CIA. I mean, the way he's moved and kept this so quiet, right? Because there are rumours, Miguel Delaney, the journalist, he claims that Arsenal have been in secret talks with Palace and Eze since the 10th of August. Now, everybody thought the deal was dead. Spurs were progressing, Spurs were messing around, and now they've lost the race to get Eze, and Eze has chosen to come to Arsenal, right? And as we know, Eze is a boyhood Arsenal fan. He was at Arsenal Football Club as a teenager. They let him go. He's famously said that he cried for a week when he got let go by Arsenal, but then he went on to play for Reading, for Millwall, for Queen's Park Rangers, and then to Crystal Palace. He's done it the hard way. That's what I love about this story. He's done it the hard way. He's not given up. He cried for a week, but he didn't continue crying. He got himself together, got himself back playing football, and now he's got himself back at the Arsenal. Unbelievable for him. What a story. They've even painted a mural of him in the tunnel at Arsenal already, right?
Brother,
and
if this is true,
imagine,
like Arsenal
Spurs fans in absolute meltdown. That's
me
what
hear
makes
this
it even
person out.
sweeter, because I've had to listen
I'll
to these
reserve my
all
opinions
summer,
for later.
Right? Tottenham fans, champions of Europe. Well, if you're so big and such a massive club now in Europe, surely Eberechi Eze would have went to you lot. But he's decided to come to a big club, the Arsenal. It's sweet for Arsenal fans. It's absolutely brilliant. But taking all the rivalry and banter out of it, it's a great signing for Arsenal. Right. It's a signing, I think, almost universally every Arsenal fan wanted. And we were all, upset. We may not, we were kind of holding it down a bit, but underneath we knew that him going to Spurs strengthens them a lot. And we were a bit annoyed about it. But we were just saying, I was resigned to the fact. I'm like, yeah, he's going there. And even the other day I was thinking, boy, you know what? They're going to have a decent forward line. You know what I mean? Like Eze, Kudus, Kulusevski. They're getting some good operators in there. But now Eze is coming to Arsenal. And I'm telling you, it is fantastic news. Well done to Andrea Berta. And I'm telling you, this transfer window is looking good. And Arsenal may not be done there. According to L'Equipe, they're claiming that Arsenal still may make a move for the talented left winger Malik Fofana, who plays for Lyon. Belgium was really, really had a good season last year. Is one of the most talked about young players in European football right now. Everton have previously put in a bid of around about £40 million, which was turned down. But Lyon are in need of selling players. They need to still recoup about £34 million in player sales because they have had financial problems at Lyon. Remember, they've had all kind of problems. We've nearly got thrown out of Europe and stuff like that. So it does look like Malik Fofana will go before the end of the transfer window. Could Arsenal make a move for him as well? Remember, still going to be a bit light if, you know, Havertz is out long term. It really does depend on how long he's going to be out for. And of course, there's still a lot of player sales to be done before the end of the transfer window. Miguel Delaney reporting today, actually,
you guys
that
aren't
Jakob
selling
Kiwior
anybody.
could join Crystal Palace in a separate
why
deal,
even,
not tied to this deal with EZE,
fool
but
yourselves.
in a separate deal. We know that Arsenal are looking for around about £30 million for Jakob Kiwior.
See?
But the big news today, and it's everywhere still, is that Eberechi Eze is joining Arsenal. Here we go, as Fabrizio Romano said. It's a massive coup for Arsenal. It's a massive coup for Andrea Berta. And it makes the fans feel really good as well. Absolutely massive news. I want to get your feelings on this in the comments. Please let me know in the comments below, because, you know, it's such a big transfer. Yesterday I was saying, you know, if we don't sign, you know, someone, what would you give it out of 10? I'm kind of moved on from that. That's why I've not really gone through those. I kind of want to ask you this question now. Eberechi Eze, I want to know and get your feelings on this signing, because for me, it's mega. Right. Thanks for watching the show today, and I'll be back tomorrow.
Shout out to Big Robbie again. Shout out to Don Robbie, man. Let me just pause the video. A few things to commend there. I thought I would, I was expecting Don Robbie to kind of gloat and maybe mention Tottenham, the fact that they missed out on that deal a little bit more. But no, he kept it very professional. You know, he kept it very Arsenal orientated. That word. And yeah, I mean, judging by the sound of him or the look of him, he's very happy, is very satisfied with what happened. Obviously, nobody from Arsenal is satisfied with what happened to Kai Havertz. Maybe a few people are, I don't know. You guys will tell me. But yeah, again, guys, like this transfer is one of the most bizarre. Actually, you know what? This is the second time. Oops. This is the second time this transfer window, Tottenham have kind of like had a sure thing. The first with Morgan Gibbs-White, and now with Eberechi Eze, where it was kind of like certain that they were gonna join Spurs, just to have them be somewhere else. You know what I mean? It's like crazy. It's like, I don't know what's happening with your club, man. Tottenham fans, I think you just need to lock the season off. If this is how you're starting it, I wouldn't have a lot of hope for you guys, especially considering you're playing us on Saturday. So, you know, we're tearing you up, pretty much. Like, that's how I feel about it. But anyway, tell me how you guys feel about the situation. I know everybody's psyched. I know this is like you know what I mean? It's the big news over the past day. There have been a lot of reactions, a lot of good from Spurs fans, a lot of good from Arsenal fans, a lot of, you know, grumpy people from Spurs fans. But yeah, that's how it gets, people. But you know what I mean? Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you have to. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace, man.